Well, hello guys and gals of the internet. It's the 7chaos of YouTube, Mixer and Twitch TV. Welcome to the very first 7chaos previews episode of 2019 and the very first 7chaos previews episode of a PC game. Now, you might be looking at this and going, oh my goodness, Mortal Kombat 11 on the PC from someone like me who's been on console for years. I'll talk more about that a little bit later. I kind of want to stay on topic of the game at the moment. We'll go into the PC kind of story later and what's going on there. But let's stick with Mortal Kombat and the game first. Let's get the actual kind of meat of the video out of the way. Obviously, Mortal Kombat 11 is the latest in a very long-running franchise, and Mortal Kombat 2 is pretty much like Tekken for me. If you've watched my 7chaos previews on Tekken 7, you pretty much know what I'm going to say here. Mortal Kombat is my other fighting game. You know, Tekken and Mortal Kombat were pretty much my two main fighting games growing up as a kid. My mother actually got me into Mortal Kombat, where we just had Scorpion versus Sonya Blade matchups for days. It was quite funny. Yeah, she was really good with Sonya Blade, but eventually playing Scorpion, I started to catch up, and Mom kind of gave up playing after that. I was like, no, I can't beat him anymore. But yeah, Mortal Kombat was pretty much, I think, to be fair, I think Mortal Kombat was probably my first ever fighting game. I can't really remember. I think it might have been. I'm not sure of that, but I believe Mortal Kombat was the first ever fighting game, and then I got Tekken 2 on the PlayStation 1. And then kind of my love for fighting games kind of went into overdrive around Killer Instinct 2013 time. But before then, there was Mortal Kombat and there was the Tekken series. And Mortal Kombat, very much like Tekken, is a game I've played the highest majority of the series of. Obviously played the first one. I played the second one but never owned it. I played the third one. Never played 4, never owned 4. What was after 4? Was it a Deadly Alliance after 4? I think it was. There was Deadly Alliance, which I owned and played. Played the arcade ladder modes back in the day when arcade ladder modes meant a damn, because they don't these days, because most fighting games do fighting game stories, or in Street Fighter's case, not there at all. Deception, which actually debuted the Conquest mode story, which I didn't really like, to be fair. I thought it was kind of a bit long and drawn out. But, you know, that's how you got the extra characters, so there was obviously an incentive there. What was after Deception? Was it Armageddon? I think it was Armageddon that I never owned. I never owned Armageddon. And that was one game that I wanted so badly, because pretty much in Smash Ultimate fashion, everyone was in Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Goro, Kintaro, Shao Kahn, everyone was there to use. And then Mortal Kombat kind of went quiet for a while until MK9, which I can't remember its release date. I think it was like 2010. Mortal Kombat 9 was then the start of this newest trilogy, which brings us to today. Mortal Kombat 11 is the third in the reboot trilogy. Basically, it's very similar to, say, Tomb Raider. When Tomb Raider got rebooted in 2013, it was the start of a brand new trilogy and a reboot trilogy. Mortal Kombat pretty much went through the same deal. Mortal Kombat 9 was more of a reboot to the series. It brought back the classic characters, Liu Kang, Shang Tsung, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, even added some other characters like Scarlet and even Cyber Sub-Zero, and even in the PlayStation 3 version, Kratos, Freddy Krueger, and all that. And it had a story mode, which was an excellent story. It was actually a take on the first 3 Mortal Kombat games, gave them a full-fledged story and an ending, and it was absolutely fantastic. Mortal Kombat 9 was pretty much the launch pad for gaming, for fighting game storylines. And NetherRealm, it has become a staple of theirs ever since, with the Injustice series as such. But Mortal Kombat 9 was kind of a launch pad for that kind of game, and Mortal Kombat 9 was excellent. I loved the game. It was such a throwback to me, going back to the previous Mortal Kombat games of the past, and the newest like graphics and era and all that. And it was brilliant. And it was a different take. You know, Liu Kang sadly dies at the hands of Raiden after he doesn't believe anything Raiden says because of all the stuff. Raiden? It is Raiden, isn't it? I was saying Raiden. But, and obviously Shao Kahn's then defeated by the Elder Gods. But then it turns out, absolute plot twist, that Quan Chi has been aligning with Shinnok, and basically Shinnok becomes the newest antagonist in Mortal Kombat 10, and his story happens. It's 25 years after Mortal Kombat 9, and then you get reintroduced to the children of Johnny Cage and Sonya, like Cassie Cage, and then obviously Jax's daughter Jackie. Kun Jin is he's an ancestor of Kung Lao. I don't know. I think he's a grandson, or I think it's his cousin. It's his cousin, yes. So obviously Kun Jin is Kung Lao's cousin. Johnny Cage's daughter Cassie, Jax's daughter Jackie, and a host of other characters. And then obviously in true NetherRealm guest character fashion, you then had the releases of the Alien and the Predator and Jason and such and so forth. And that pretty much, obviously the story of Mortal Kombat 10 is that Shinnok has risen, and he's planning to take something to do with the Jinsei, which is the power source of NetherRealm. Obviously he's probably trying to do a Shao Kahn and overtake Elrond and all that. And basically Mortal Kombat 10, or Mortal Kombat X, ends with Raiden being corrupted by the evil energy of the Jinsei, I believe, dropping the head of Shinnok at the feet of Liu Kang and Kitana in the NetherRealm, and that's how it ends. And obvious sequel. And here we are. That brings us to today. Now, I don't know a thing about the story, which is good, considering that there have been people already, as you can see by the recent news, people have already been breaking street date and receiving the game a day early, which they shouldn't do. That's against the law. And putting the story up on YouTube, and spoilers, and hacking the game, and releasing the characters before they've even been done, and all, like releasing the DLC characters ahead of date and everything. Typical stuff. But I've stayed away from it. I've stayed away from spoilers. I only know what I've seen from the trailers and the cast reveals. I, for one, am really happy with the Mortal Kombat 11 cast. I wasn't too thrilled with the Mortal Kombat 10 cast to begin with, but playing through the story mode and playing through as characters like Jackie and Cassie in particular online, they grew on me. They grew on me quite a lot, and I'm quite happy with the character selection in Mortal Kombat 11. I'm actually really happy with it. Cassie's still in it. Jackie's still in it. I don't know if Kun Jin is. Takeda was actually really fun. I like Takeda, who is the student of Scorpion, or Hanzo Asashi as he is now. But yeah, that's the thing. Now that Mortal Kombat actually has a story, I actually learned so much more about Scorpion and Sub-Zero and that whole rivalry and how that started. It is brilliant, and Mortal Kombat 11 continues that. And I think, from what I can work out, it's basically a time travel story at this point. So it's going to be a chaotic plot element, because that's how time travel works. And I think there was a scene where Johnny Cage meets up with his younger self, and there's Liu Kang and Kung Lao do the same thing. Shao Kahn is now back in the game, which is great. And Shao Kahn was a pre-order bonus for the game, and I pre-ordered that shit. But this time, unlike Mortal Kombat X, I did not pre-order the premium edition of this game. I only pre-ordered the standard edition because the only thing in the premium edition was the character pass, the season pass basically, or the character pass or whatever. And I was going to buy all the characters anyway, and if the only incentive to buy the premium edition is the cast thing, the extra characters, which I'm going to buy anyway, what's the point? There was nothing else in that pre-order that enticed me to buy it. It's very much like I did with Resident Evil 2 Remake. I only bought the standard edition because the only thing that interested me in a deluxe edition was the soundtrack swap in the game. If that's the only thing I'm interested in, there's no point in buying it. So pretty much I did the same here. I only bought the standard edition. It gives me Shao Kahn, which I was interested in, but I didn't buy the character pass because I'm going to buy the characters anyway, but that was the only thing in the premium edition to buy, and it just didn't seem worth dropping an extra £20 on top of that just for that, when I'm getting all I want with the basic edition and buying Shao Kahn. So yeah, I only bought the standard edition of the game because that's, I'm doing the same for Crash Team Racing as well. I did the same for Resident Evil 2 Remake. I'm being a lot more picky, is that the right word? More thoughtful about the editions I buy at this point. I think since the beginning of the year I've become very kind of cautious of what I buy because, say, Gears of War 4. I think Gears of War 4 was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back on that. When I bought the Season Pass for it, and the Season Pass didn't have really shit, and it was just a waste of money. So I've been very much cautious since Gears of War 4 came out to not buy premium editions unless they have something that really interests me, or a number of things that interest me, which is in the case of Resident Evil 2 Remake. They didn't have that. The only thing I was interested in was the soundtrack swap, so I just bought that separately and purchased the normal standard edition of Resident Evil 2 instead. So that's basically what I've done with Mortal Kombat 11. I'm going to buy the characters anyway. I might buy the character pass on its own later down the line anyway. So there's no real need to have it now because obviously the characters aren't out. So probably when they start releasing the characters, I think Shang Tsung's going to be the first one. That's probably when I'll get the character pass, and hopefully it'll be a standalone purchase. If not, I'll just have to buy them separately, hopefully, if that's what they do, but we'll have to wait and see. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the game part of this video, but I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about what's happening, because as you guys are noticing right now, this is the Steam version of Mortal Kombat 11. Now, long-time viewers of mine will know that I've been predominantly a console gamer pretty much since I was 5 years old, and that has always been the case. I didn't really get a gaming PC until 2014, but I didn't really use it, and I still purchased the majority of my games on a console. Now, I am not a fanboy of any platform, to put it that way. I'm all corners of gaming. Whatever platform it is, I'll buy it and I'll play it because I love gaming so much. It's been the cornerstone of my life. It's been, in a way, it's been the main thing in my life for so long, and that's just how it is. But I think there might be a slight change coming in the future, and this might be a more common thing. Basically, to try and keep this as short as possible, since February, when I had this kind of setup done for me of this desk, gaming chair, PC upgrades, monitor, dual monitors at that, and since Project PC started in March, I found myself gaming on my PC a lot more than I even initially thought. And I think the bug has bit me a little bit. I think I'm becoming a bit more of a PC gamer than I ever was in the past. Now, this isn't exactly new, because I've had a gaming PC since 2014. I've had a gaming PC with different cards, different setups for 5 years, so it's nothing really new. And as I've mentioned before, I'm not really a pure PC gamer because I have this. I have a gaming controller to use with it, because as you guys know, keyboard and mouse can be somewhat difficult for me with cerebral palsy, and that's really been showing even in the story-based games that have been a part of Project PC, with Life is Strange, Before the Storm, and most Telltale games that are going on during Project PC. So as you know, I've been finding it not difficult, but it's I'm just a little slower on the uptake. My speed isn't great because my cerebral palsy affects that, and that'll become very clear in the Jurassic Park playthrough that will actually start pretty soon. I'll talk about more of that in a second as well. So yeah, I'm not really a PC gamer at heart. I have tried playing something like Rainbow Six Siege on PC with keyboard and mouse, and I completely suck ass. So that rather reinforces that, yes, I will be using a controller from Mortal Kombat 11 to play this game. I just have to, because if I play with keyboard and mouse, it's pretty much like when I play Tekken 7 with a fight stick. It's a failure. It's an absolute failure. Just stick to what I know at this point. That's pretty much what I'm doing. So yes, I'm not a PC gamer at heart, or a pure one as it would be. Not that that's anything bad anything bad, and not in my opinion. I mean, if the controller support's there, then obviously they are supporting people using controllers. The option's there, I'm obviously going to take it. So it's obviously not a bad thing. It's just a different way of playing it to a lot of the more common PC gamers, as it were. So I guess I will be using controller to play this game. But I found myself playing on my PC a lot since February. I am not going to lie. And like I said, it's not really new. You know, I've played F1 2010 on PC for the Schumacher years. I've done a couple other PC stuff here and there before Project PC started. But it's really taken this new setup to do it more commonly. You know, back in 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, I only really had a basic table and a basic chair to sit at. You know, I didn't have the setup of this awesome desk and this chair I have now. This chair is awesome, by the way. I love sitting in it. It's quite comfortable, actually. It's a nice, comfortable chair to sit at, and play games. So having this desk and this chair and this gaming equipment, it really has helped me to play the PC a lot more. And as Project PC has been going on, I've been really enjoying it. And there are a couple of reasons why we bought this version of the game, and most of the games on PC. Now, there is another reason for this. There is kind of a couple of reasons why this is happening and this is helping. One of the reasons is obviously this setup. Like I said, it's more common. It's more nice now to use keyboard and mouse and to play PC games with a chair, but it's nice and comfy to sit at, and a table that's kind of like at your height. Because if you remember, back in August, I think of last year, or at some point, I think it was August, I showed you my setup. And I was at a small stool-like chair, bent over, whilst reaching the keyboard. And that's kind of what gave my uncle the idea to kind of come round earlier this year and do this for me. So my setup is now more viable to play PC on. You know, it's the monitor's at eye height, the chair, the keyboard is at height, so I'm not bending over and hurting my back. Not that my back hurts, but you know it can cause back injuries if you do it too much. So I'm avoiding that now. So yeah, this setup has been really kind of the thing that's helped me play more PC games, and I've been just finding it enjoyable to do. I've been finding PC gaming enjoyable to do. I think the real thing for me in the sense of game, aside from this setup, another thing was the ultra settings that I ran on F1 2011 looked absolutely gorgeous for a game in 2011. Ultra settings on F1 2011, absolutely gorgeous, and it was like, wow. And then I went for, I got an Origin Premium membership recently, played Battlefield 5 and played Star Wars Battlefront 2, and just marveling at the graphics, like, oh my god, this is insane. Now, I don't really care about graphics that much. What I mean to say is, I'm not, you know, graphics don't make a game for me, but yeah, the graphics that this PC can produce is quite insane compared to consoles. There's definitely I'm starting to notice a difference more and more when it comes to that. And basically, apart from Xbox Live just the other day for various reasons, I have not bought a console gaming membership since February. The only reason I bought Xbox Live was because of a couple of days ago, my brother said that he wanted to do the campaign on Hardcore for Gears of War 4 to unlock Guild 1 for Gears of War 5. So I said, okay, I'll have the PC version and I'll help you with it. But unfortunately, the PC version that I was playing on and the console version that my brother has, it didn't allow us to play online together on the campaign for some reason. And I found that really baffling, considering I did it with my younger brother on the PC and he played on his console. So I'm not sure whether that has something to do with firewalls or something. We'll just have to ask. I'll have to ask my uncle when he comes around next month and see what he makes of it. But yeah, we'll have to kind of sort that out. I'm not sure what that is. It could have something to do with firewalls or something like that. But my brother comes to messages me over Xbox Live and says, you know what? This is actually a common problem. So I was like, okay, well, I don't really want to spend X amount on a membership, but the Xbox Live is now £1 for I think in a few weeks from now that actually offer ends. So I was like, you know what, I'll just buy it for £1, and I actually got Game Pass as well for another £1. So I've only spent £2 on a membership, but you know where I'm going with this. You know that playing online on Steam and even on Origin to a degree is free, so I don't have to worry about getting memberships. Like I said, I've not bought a membership since February. The only membership I would buy is Nintendo because of Smash and other games. But aside from that, aside from Xbox Live, I've not bought a membership since February. You know, the one advantage that PC has over console at this point, now I don't know if this will change, it probably would have if it was going to by now. Basically, playing online is free. Obviously, you can buy the premium membership for Origin, which I did, and you can actually buy that for a month for a set price. So it's like prices even on PC are pretty good as well. That's one thing I have noticed. And basically, yeah, that's the story. The setup complements for PC, and I'm just really enjoying it. Project PC has helped me become more of a PC gamer. It pretty much has. And yes, I use controller for the majority of my games, but if the game has controller support, then I'm all for it. Now, some games won't. Like, I think there's some games on Origin that don't. I don't think Epic Store has any controller support whatsoever. So that could be a bit of a pain. Maybe they'll sort that out later. But now, obviously, this doesn't mean I won't be playing on my consoles anymore. This doesn't mean that at all. Obviously, there's going to be certain circumstances, like if there's an exclusive for PlayStation or a Nintendo Switch game, or any Nintendo Switch game, really. They got both sides of it. But if it's a Nintendo exclusive or a Sony exclusive, it'll be on the PlayStation 4 / Nintendo Switch. Now, I say those two consoles in particular because, as you know, when Microsoft and the Xbox Live games, like the exclusives, like Gears of War, can also be played on the PC. Weirdly enough, if you play on the PC, you can play online for free on the PC versions of those games. Now, that doesn't make any sense, but obviously I'm happy about that. And the other reason I'm happy is because things could be happening later in the year all those memberships I'll be saving up for not buying them is obviously going to help me very much later in the year when something huge could be happening. I won't reveal it right now, and no, it's not a wedding, unfortunately. But yeah, that's going to save me some money. So yeah, and playing online is completely free, which is great. So obviously that might change in the future, but as far as I'm aware, if they were going to do that, they would have done it by now. Steam's been out for years on free, so you know, I mean, take a look at my wish list, for example, just to see how much PC gaming has bit me over the last couple of months. Let's go into my not to my library, but to my store, or the store, and go on my wish list. And this will prove absolutely my point of how much PC gaming has bit me over the last month or so. And I even have like some games installed as well. I'll show you my installed games. So this is my wish list. This is about 20 games long, I think, at the moment. So Halo Master Chief Collection, that opens the door to the Halo playthroughs that myself and Tom Lady will be doing in the future. Both Crysis games. Unfortunately, Crysis 3 is not on Steam, but it is on Origin. So if I do Crysis playthroughs, that's how that'll be happening. Blaze Brew Cross Tag, basically that's going to be on PC when I can eventually buy it, but it's £33 at the moment. So I can't really spare that too much, considering I've just pre-ordered Mortal Kombat, of course. Resident Evil 7, you guys know that I did want to do a playthrough of this on the PlayStation 4 version. It never happened. It's now becoming a PC playthrough. I'm not even joking. Xenoverse 1 and 2, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, yes, Street Fighter 5. No, I'm not going to rush to get it, but, you know, it's a fighting game. I might as well have it, because I do have a fighting game bug, as you guys know. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, yeah, I might buy the PC version. I think it runs better on the PC, so that's a plus. I don't have to worry about the Xbox version running like crap for the most part. Yes, Ruby Glim Eclipse. You guys knew that was coming. I didn't even know this game existed, but I'm so looking forward to playing through that game. You know I love Ruby, and I absolutely love Ruby. I finally finished watching every episode of it. I adore this show. I absolutely adore the show and all its characters. Nora for days. Bumblebee for days. Yeah. I'm obsessed with Ruby at this point. I'm kind of semi-obsessed with it now. It's like Life is Strange, really. It's like I'm so into it now that I could talk about it for days. I won't do that now. But yeah. Shadow and Rise of the Tomb Raider was going to get done on PC anyway, because I'd already done the first game of the Tomb Raider reboot series on the PC, so I think it makes perfect sense to do these two on PC anyway, so these were always going to get done on PC, I would have thought. PC Building Simulator could be fun. It'll teach me how to build a PC, because I have no idea how to build one actually, because my PC building games suck. As you guys probably will remember, I put my graphics card I took my graphics card out to replace it with a new one and broke the motherboard. Broke my motherboard in it. So this will help. This game will help in the future. Say if my uncle can't come over, because he's obviously hours away, and my PC needs new parts, I can just ask him for the new parts, and this will kind of help me build that without breaking the damn thing. Guilty Gear XR Revelator, obviously I'm doing that for Rev 2. My friend Julio and Mike played the game on the PC version, and I love the game. I actually love the game, I just didn't really play it as much. I will probably get it at some point, but as you can see, it's still £22 and shit. So I'm definitely not getting that right now. BlazBlue Central Fiction is basically because of my love for BlazBlue Cross-Tag. Central Fiction is the newest game aside from Cross-Tag, so I'm looking to get that in the future. Monster Hunter World, I'm very much into the Monster Hunter series. I really want to start experiencing it. Unfortunately, the only game I can play at the moment is Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate on the Nintendo Switch, but I can't seem to get that anywhere at the moment, so I'm pretty stuck. So once Monster Hunter World kind of comes down in price, or it comes around at a time when I can buy it, I'm certainly doing it. And I kind of love all the crossovers in the game with games like Street Fighter and such. Tekken 7, because of course, if I'm going to have Mortal Kombat, I've got to have Tekken. Like I said, Tekken and Mortal Kombat have been my fighting games growing up as a kid, so I do have to have Tekken at some point on the PC. Life is Strange 2 is blatantly obvious. I love the series. I've played the first games on the PC, so yes, I have to do that. And finally, Resident Evil 2 Remake. I loved this game so damn much on the console that I'm probably going to get it for Steam at some point and play it again, because I just absolutely adore the game. And Dragon Ball FighterZ, because again, I love the game and I have to have it on different platforms. So still need to get the Switch version of this game, but I'll probably get the PC version first. I don't know if anyone's playing on the PC, I hope so, but by the time I get to buy it. But yeah, I've got to have Dragon Ball FighterZ. I love the game, and that's obvious. So yeah, as you can probably tell, the PC bug has bit me, and it has certainly worked. My uncle has always been trying to kind of get me more into PC gaming, and I think he's starting to succeed. I mean, look at this. 28 games for the PC, aside from, like, already installed. We've got, like, Brawlhalla, that was free, so I didn't have to worry about buying that. Obviously, F1 2011 and 10, 11, 12, 13 for my F1 storyline. Jurassic Park the game, which will be the next game on Project PC. Jurassic World Evolution that my uncle purchased me. It's awesome. Killer Instinct, obviously 2013 for this PC. Why not? Life is Strange, as you guys know. Mortal Kombat. I also got Mortal Kombat 9. Does that say when it was out? No. I'm pretty sure it was like 2011 or 12 or something. But yeah. Mortal Kombat X, as you guys know. Rocket League. I don't know what Steamworks Common is. Sounds like a software, I think. I'm not going to click it just in case it's like a virus or some shit. Rainbow Six Siege, I actually got that in a sale. And obviously The Walking Dead and The Wolf Among Us. And Z1, which I probably might stream in the future. I might stream some more Z1. I haven't played it since the Battle Royale madness I record for YouTube. So, yeah, as you can probably tell, yeah, PC gaming is much more at the forefront for my content now. Now, just one last thing, because I don't want to keep this... I'll try and keep this short because the game is about to unlock, I hope. Actually, it probably will unlock in a moment. It still says preload. I don't know if it's going to say play. But one last thing is how Mortal Kombat story mode is going to work. Because obviously, as you guys know, story mode is a thing in Mortal Kombat games since Mortal Kombat 9. Now, as you guys know, Project PC is still going. As of right now, of this video going up, this will go up tomorrow, 24th, like sometime tomorrow on the 23rd, sorry. This video will go up on the 23rd. This previews with the final two parts of the Wolf Among Us playthrough. The Wolf Among Us playthrough finishes tomorrow, with the final two parts of that game. Mortal Kombat will go up alongside Jurassic Park. Project PC will still continue, but Mortal Kombat 11 story mode will be uploaded alongside it, because it makes sense. You know, I'm only uploading 2 videos a day. Now that turns to 4, but you know, I want to keep Project PC still going, but I obviously want to cover Mortal Kombat story mode for you guys. So I'm going to do the 4 videos until those finish, and then we'll probably go back to normal when Batman Season 1 starts, because I would have covered Mortal Kombat. Obviously, I'll do my character medley with my first online set. If I find anyone I like playing with, I'll do a Madness series of a specific character. But it'll all go alongside Project PC. So Project PC will still continue, but the Mortal Kombat story mode will be alongside it, so I can get Project PC done in a somewhat timely manner and get back to, you know, that's that then done, and then I can focus on getting around to the final season of Walking Dead and Life is Strange 2 eventually. At Project PC's point now, I've all recorded Jurassic Park. I just finished that earlier today, so I'll give you a quick update on that. So I just finished Jurassic Park today. The only games I've got left are Batman Season 1 and 2, and the Walking Dead 3 seasons that I've got to cover on that. And then that will be Project PC completed, and then we can actually focus on more stuff. It's still saying preloaded. It's not allowing me to play the game. I don't want to boot it up, just in case it actually starts during this video, but apparently I can't start it yet. Do we have to download it? No, I don't know why that's not working. It should do, unless Steam games unlock later because of American times. I guess not. But anyway, I'll go and figure that out. I'll probably jump on stream with it if it actually works. But obviously you guys won't know. So, Mortal Kombat story mode will start alongside Jurassic Park on the Wednesday, because the Wolf Among Us playthrough finishes on the Tuesday alongside this video. So, the Mortal Kombat story mode will start on Wednesday. Hope you guys can all join me for that. I'm really excited to see how this story continues. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So before this video goes too much longer, because I've been talking for half an hour, I'm going to go and possibly jump on stream with this game if it lets me play it. It's still not letting me do it. This could be a problem. I need to go and find out what's going on there. So I'm going to end this video now, and I hope you guys will join me. Hope you all have enjoyed Project PC so far. And I'm really enjoying it, and like I said, it's bit the bill on PC gaming. I'm really enjoying it now, and it's coming to the forefront of my content for the future. So, alright, I think I'm going on a bit too long. I do apologize, but Mortal Kombat story mode starts on Wednesday alongside the beginning of the Jurassic Park playthrough for Project PC, so you guys get both. Hope to see you there for both of those playthroughs. Hope you're enjoying it so far, and yeah, there's my story, I guess. Alright guys, I will see you all in the next video. You guys know what to do. Subscribe if you are new. Ring the bell for notifications on every time I post a new video. Social medias are down in the description. Be sure to follow me on all those if you want to keep up to date with any goings on in my life. If there's anything kind of really big and needs talking about, which there might be at some point this year. There's definitely going to be there for next month. I'll talk about more about it when we get there. But if there's anything, I will post a new vlog and you guys will know. So that is it for this video. I will see you in the next one. Peace out guys, take care, and as always, in the words of my good friend Rachel Sullivan, stay awesome.